explaining the Cultural Revolution from 1966 to 1976. The Cultural Revolution was a way for Mao Zedong to gain popularity within the Communist Party after the Great Leap Forward. He did this by shutting down schools and creating a paramilitary group made up of the children from those schools. He encouraged the Red Guard to get rid of the four olds: old ideas, old customs, old culture, and old habits. These children would go around Chinese cities and put propaganda for the Chinese Communist Party everywhere. These propaganda posters would often depict Mao Zedong as some sort of god. In later stages of the Cultural Revolution, Chinese architecture was destroyed, Chinese literature and Chinese artwork were destroyed, and Chinese temples were desecrated. These children would often go around humiliating people, such as teachers and older people. They would not just go around humiliating people, though. They would often rape and kill anyone they suspected of being unloyal to the Communist Party, especially Mao Zedong. Even people like the eventual chairman of the Communist Party, Deng Xiaoping, weren't safe from the humiliation. This violence would go so far to the point where these children were taking part in things known as flesh banquets, which were basically just ritualistic cannibalism in the name of Mao Zedong. Mao would eventually publish a book known as Mao's Little Red Book, also known as Quotations from Chairman Mao Zedong, which would basically become the Communist Manifesto of Mao's China. The horror and violence of the Cultural Revolution would continue until Mao's death in 1976. Around that time, the Red Guard was disbanded, and the children were put into communes. In conclusion, the Cultural Revolution was a horrible event in Chinese history, in which children were put up to the task of purifying China by killing anyone they deemed unloyal to the Communist Party, especially Mao Zedong. Thank you for watching this video about the Cultural Revolution.